There's a management trap that catches a lot of business owners when they first hire a virtual assistant. And it usually looks like this. They set up a time tracking tool. They check when the VA logs in. They monitor how long each task takes. They're watching activity constantly. And at the end of the week, they have no idea whether anything meaningful actually got done. Monitoring activity is not the same thing as managing performance. And in a remote working relationship, confusing the two is one of the fastest ways to undermine the partnership you just invested in building. I'm Jeff, CRO and co-founder of ClearDesk. Our remote team members work 40 dedicated hours a week exclusively for your business. That consistency matters, and it gives you structure and reliability, but the businesses that get the most out of those 40 hours aren't the ones watching the clock. They're the ones who've defined exactly what those hours are supposed to produce. Today, I want to show you how to make that shift from managing activity to managing outcomes. Today, I'll give you a practical framework for doing it. The core mindset shift is this: hours are the foundation, outcomes are the measure. Knowing your VA is available and working is valuable, but availability isn't performance. The question isn't were they online, it's did they deliver what we agreed on? Did they clear the inbox backlog? Did they schedule 10 qualified sales calls this week? Did they deliver the weekly financial report accurately and on time? Those are the questions that reveal real performance, and you can only answer them if you define the deliverables up front, which is where most managers skip a step. The tool that fixes this is the SMART goal framework, and it's worth walking through specifically in the context of VA management. Specific means replacing vague instructions with defined outcomes. Help with customer support is not a goal. Respond to all customer inquiries within 24 hours is. The more specific the direction, the less interpretation required, and the less room for misalignment. Measurable means attaching a number to success. Schedule 5 sales calls per week. Publish 20 social media posts per month. Maintain a task completion rate of 95% or higher. When success has a number, you both know what you're working toward. Achievable means the goal is realistic given the role, the tools, and the time available. Realistic goals create accountability, not frustration. Relevant means the VA's work connects directly to something that matters to your business. Lead generation or operational efficiency. Context improves quality. And time-bound means there's a deadline or milestone attached. Increase engagement by 20% within 90 days is a goal with a timeline. Creates urgency. A practical example: publish 20 social media posts per month. Maintain consistent brand voice and increase engagement by 20% within 90 days. That's a goal your VA can work toward independently. Now let's talk about what to actually measure, because the right metrics depend on the role. For an administrative VA, the metrics that matter are task completion. Are 95% or more of assigned tasks getting done each week? Data entry accuracy should be below a 2% error rate. This tells you if operations are smooth, and response time to requests during work hours. For a marketing VA, you're measuring content creation volume, posts, blogs, designs produced, social media engagement growth, and leads generated. These connect daily output to business outcomes you actually care about. For a specialized VA in finance or research, the metrics shift to on-time project delivery and accuracy of reports. These measure expert-level work. The common thread is that they're outcome-based. You're not measuring how long something took. You're measuring whether it was done correctly and on time. Metrics only work if the delegation that precedes them is done well. And delegation is where a lot of managers leave performance on the table. When you assign a task, 3 things need to be true. First, they need the full context, not just what to do, but why it matters. A VA who understands that the sales call report feeds into your pipeline review will produce higher quality work. Context creates ownership. Second, they need the resources, templates, access, examples of what good looks like. Don't ask someone to figure it out from scratch. Third, they need a clearly defined outcome. Not make a report, but create a weekly sales report showing total revenue, leads, and status. That level of specificity is what allows your VA to work independently and what makes accountability possible. The last piece is feedback. Weekly or bi-weekly check-ins are the mechanism that keeps performance on track. These don't need to be long. They need to be specific, what got done, and what needs to adjust. When you give feedback, make it actionable. Not just good job, but the email was professional. Next time, add a one-sentence summary at the top. That compounds over time. And celebrate the wins explicitly. Remote professionals don't have the ambient recognition of a shared office. When your VA does something well, say so directly. It builds confidence. Here's the 1-week reset if you want to put this into practice immediately. Define 3 to 5 SMART goals for your VA that connect to your business priorities. Identify 2 or 3 specific metrics you'll track for their role. Schedule a check-in for the end of the week and discuss these metrics with them. At ClearDesk, every remote team member we place is vetted through our talent assurance protocol with a 0.5% acceptance rate. We support the onboarding process, but the long-term performance of that partnership depends on the management framework you build around it, which is what we discussed today. If you're ready to build a high-performing remote team, book a call with us. Link is in the description. We'll walk you through what a well-managed VA relationship looks like.